Three mighty archangels are aware of you in this very moment. Their eyes are fixed upon your physical being tonight. Michael speaks first. If they turn away now, the revelation meant for them will dissolve into silence. Beloved soul, you were never meant to encounter these words unless the heavens themselves unlocked your sight. And yet, here you stand, at the threshold of a moment, written in the secret chambers of eternity, before today ever began. For a long time, three celestial guardians observed without sound. But tonight, the stillness has broken. Something extraordinary is unfolding around your body, and what is being spoken is sacred, rare, and urgent. If you leave before this message completes, the words delivered from God's throne will return unopened. Michael declares, "This is not fear. This is the unveiling of your body's divine purpose. Beloved one, there are truths your body has sensed, but your mind could not name. Subtle shifts, sudden fatigue, vivid dreams, a feeling of unseen presence. You were not imagining any of it. The archangels recognized what surrounds you, and tonight they were granted authority to intervene. But hear this carefully. Michael insists this message must reach you before this night ends, or it will vanish from your path entirely. You asked heaven for a sign. This is the answer. Do not dismiss it, or what has been revealed will close once more. Stay with this until the end, because the next revelation is even greater than the first. Beloved soul, pause for just a breath. Subscribe now, because the next message will travel through this same channel. If you are not here, it will pass to another chosen vessel. The archangels speak only when destiny shifts course. Remain connected, so the next scroll does not bypass you. Heaven is watching closer than you know, closer than you can imagine. Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel gather, not to judge, but to discuss you, your body, your vitality, your future path. Michael says, "We waited for this exact moment. What we have witnessed can no longer stay hidden. A transformation is stirring inside you, one you have not yet fully understood. And if you abandon this message early, you may never hear what was sent for you. Not today, not tomorrow, not again." Have you felt exhaustion without cause? Sudden waves of energy followed by quiet emptiness? These are signals, not coincidences. Your body is under watch because it is under preparation. A divine pattern is forming within your earthly vessel. You were never designed to age as others do. You were shaped for renewal, for strength that rises beyond rest, for radiance that defies time. Raphael whispered this hours ago. Yet Michael carries the voice tonight. If the heart closes now, healing postpones its arrival. You prayed for answers, for strength, for clarity where medicine offered none. What if the responses arrived? What if three heavenly lights now stand around you, and you are one breath away from receiving what you sought for years? Michael says, "The choice after this message decides whether the blessing enters now or returns sealed to heaven." This is not ordinary content. This is an invitation to restoration from within. The next part reveals what is being rewritten inside your body. Do not leave before hearing it. Beloved soul, this is only part one. The next instruction will appear here and nowhere else. If you are not present, it will pass to another. Michael warns. The scroll is open. The seal closes swiftly if the chosen one turns away. Do not allow your name to fade from what comes next. Something long lost is returning to your body. Radiance, flow, sacred warmth. Heavenly oil touching skin, breath, blood. Even the code of your being, your very design, is being rewritten. But only those who open their inner vessel can receive the fullness. Few realize this. Your body's story is being recorded in heaven tonight, and what is decided now echoes through the next 7 years of your life. This moment is not late. It is perfectly aligned. If your spirit stirs while hearing this, the angels are near. The tingling on your skin, the flutter in your chest, the sudden emotion rising, these are signs of presence. They do not come unless something holy is ready to release. But they will not force the gift. You must welcome it. Michael says, the oil is poured. Only open vessels carry it. Will you open, or walk away and wonder another year why nothing changed? Your body holds inherited stories. Some burdens were never yours to carry. They traveled through generations, but heaven chose you to end the cycle. You were not meant to repeat their pain, their illness, their delay. The archangels wait for your agreement. Silence will be counted as refusal. You have looked in the mirror, sensing misalignment, feeling that your destiny exceeds your current state. That instinct was truth speaking. You were created to house divine fire, not exhaustion. But the body must renew before the mission expands. Michael says, waiting has ended. Tonight divides delay from destiny. Step forward, and your body will answer. Do not forget this night. Everything ahead will trace back to this moment. Gifts arrive with this encounter. Healing touch, sharpened discernment, prophetic dreams, uncommon wisdom. Not earned by perfection, but received through surrender. Michael declares, with alignment comes acceleration. Doors open faster. Delays dissolve. Even time bends in your favor. Mark this night. Guard it. Because the moment you believed, the moment you received, is the moment everything changed. Let others doubt. You will know what happened here. Let others keep scrolling. These words were never crafted for them. They were written for you alone. And heaven is rejoicing over the choice you just made. Beloved soul, Archangel Michael smiles upon you. Raphael presses the final heavenly seal. Gabriel inscribes your healing into the eternal records. You did not miss your moment. You discovered it. And now this blessing will flow not only through you, but through generations after you. Michael says this restoration was never only for your body. It was for your bloodline. And because of you, the old cycle ends here. Beloved one, it is finished. The scroll is closed. The angels ascend, yet the light remains. It will move through your voice, through your hands, through your footsteps. You now carry divine wellness. And as you walk, speak, and breathe, everything around you begins to heal. Stay to the end. The final declaration reveals what happens next in your life. There is nothing ordinary about what has taken place within you. Even if your mind doubts, your spirit recognizes truth. Something feels lighter, quieter, aligned. That is not external emotion. That is heaven awakened inside you. Michael says, every angel assigned to your life is celebrating. You did not skip. You did not pass by. You stayed. And in staying, you unlocked what many pray for their entire lives. Access to the radiant part of themselves designed to shine. In the coming days, you may notice perfect timing moments. Meetings that feel arranged. Doors opening without effort. That is heaven weaving confirmation into ordinary life. Proving this moment was real. Dreams may sharpen. Guidance may feel louder. Healing may touch places you forgot were wounded. Michael says, the miracle has already begun. What appears next is simply the visible evidence of what was declared in spirit. A glow is forming around you. Not only spiritual, physical. People will sense it. Rooms will shift when you enter. This is not ego. This is presence. Divine presence resting upon a renewed vessel. You no longer walk alone. You walk surrounded by heaven, Michael says. Every step now carries a vibration of glory. Even a whisper from you will echo in unseen realms. You are under divine protection, in spirit and in body. That area you feared, already handled. That pain you expected, silenced. That old fear, dissolving. The archangels have marked you, invisible to the world, visible to every force that once tried to harm you. Michael says, "What heaven has sealed cannot be touched." If your heart feels stirred, this is your confirmation. Keep listening. Do not treat this as just another video, not another emotional moment. This was intervention, and what you do next matters. Michael says, protect what you have received. Speak life over your body daily. Refuse words of defeat. Let your voice agree with heaven's declaration. The miracle flows, but agreement keeps it moving. If you feel called to bold action, that is not random. That is awakening. Healing does not only restore, it activates. You will smile again, move again, laugh without forcing joy. This is heaven's delight taking root in you. Michael says, your body now aligns with your future. Walk forward, the path is clear. This message will remain here for you to return to. But the visitation of this moment now rises back to the throne. They watch from above, guiding, cheering, preparing what comes next. Michael says you will hear from them again. If your heart stays open, your spirit awake, your faith alive. As these words reach their final breath, remember this. Your body is not just a vessel. It is a voice carrying light, a voice carrying legacy, a voice heaven has touched, healed, and reignited. Michael says, you no longer walk in silence, you walk in radiance. Every step you take now echoes in the spirit world. This one was touched by heaven. You did not arrive here by accident. You were led, protected, preserved, and now crowned, not with gold, but with light. Light that cannot be copied, cannot be stolen, cannot be imitated. It comes from choosing, from surrender, from staying until the end. Heaven waited to see if you would remain, and you did. Michael says, because of this, you now carry what others only dreamed of. In days, weeks, and years ahead, the fruit of this moment will bloom. You will feel strength where there was brokenness. Walk differently, think differently, live differently. Your body now responds to your future, not your past, because your very design has been touched by divine pattern. Michael says, you walk now in a healed body. Do not return to former habits. Let this be the beginning of your new agreement with heaven. Speak life. Speak renewal. Speak strength each morning. The archangels have not left you. They simply stepped into silence. So you can hear your own empowered voice rise. Michael says, your healing was never only about your body. It was about reclaiming your voice, your radiance, your divine rhythm. Subscribe now, because the next message carries the next phase of revelation. This channel is the path chosen for what comes next. Do not let the next call pass you by. The war over your body was fought in unseen realms. What you felt as heaviness was residue from battle. But the archangels prevailed. They shielded you. And now they restore what was nearly lost. Michael says, what was taken will return multiplied. If you still believe you are worthy to receive, If you gave up on your body, tonight you reclaim it. Not by your strength, but by heaven's power. Have you wondered why your name rises in divine conversations? Even in weakness, you are watched by holy ones. Because your purpose never expired, your vessel is still required. Your assignment remains. There are tasks only you can carry, paths only you can walk. Voices like yours are rare. Michael says, your voice, your touch, your presence are needed. But first, the vessel must be restored. And that restoration is happening now, breath by breath. Beloved soul, there are prayers you forgot, but heaven never did. There were nights you wept quietly into your pillow, pleading for strength, healing, and completeness. Hope may have faded in you, but it never faded in heaven. The archangels wrote your name in living light, and from that moment onward, they prepared this hour, this opening, this message. Michael says, you are not being restored only for yourself. You are being restored for every soul you are destined to uplift. If you abandon this now, their blessing is delayed too. That is how sacred this is. Beloved soul, the archangels are inscribing a new story over your body at this very moment. Not with earthly ink, but with celestial flame. Pain is rewritten into power, weariness into clarity, weakness into wisdom. Your life record is being edited by divine hands. Michael says the former report has been discarded. The new report reads, whole, luminous, chosen. But if you continue living as though broken, you may overlook the blessing already settling into your bones. Your body is the residence of your soul. It is heaven's dwelling while you walk the earth. Would the divine build a sacred temple only to let it collapse? Never. Heaven builds to last. That is why this message came, not merely to comfort you, but to reconstruct you. Michael says, these words are not motivation, they are medicine. If your spirit receives them, your cells will answer. Even now, something unlocks within your bloodstream. A holy reversal has begun at the smallest level of your being. You may not sense it all at once, but it has started. Exhaustion is giving way to renewal. Fog is lifting into sharp awareness. Pain is softening. Inflammation is loosening its grip. Michael says, your body is not being repaired. It is being reborn. This kind of miracle cannot be purchased, copied, or manufactured. It can only be received, but it must be received fully, not halfway, not distracted, not doubting, but surrendered. You wondered if it was too late. You thought, perhaps this is just how I must live. Heaven answers, no. You were never meant to survive inside a struggling vessel. You were meant to thrive inside a body that carries joy, destiny, and blessing. Michael says you are being upgraded physically, mentally, spiritually, but the choice remains yours. Stay limited or rise in light. The archangels will not force the process. Yet if you whisper yes, they go deeper. A calm is settling over you now. That is not imagination. That is divine stillness. Heaven always quiets the noise before greatness begins. This is your moment of agreement. Michael says, if you consent within your heart, the work starts instantly. The scroll is open. The light is drawn. The oil is ready. Only your inner yes is awaited. You are standing at the edge of a doorway, not opened for many. This message was postponed by heaven itself 3 times, until timing became perfect. Not early, not late, exact. Michael says, this night was chosen because your body can now hold what it once could not. These words are not for your ears. They are for your cells, your bones, your breath. Heaven is touching your frame now. The question is simple. Will you welcome it or silence what came to restore you? They see the tension in your shoulders, the ache in your back, the heaviness that fades around others, but returns when you're alone. Michael says, this is not simple fatigue. It is spiritual congestion. Tonight, the archangels carry authority to clear it, but they await your consent. They wait for your soul to lean forward, for the sacred pause when you say, I am listening. And in that instant, the work begins. If you are still here, if your eyes still move across these words, your body has already begun to shift. The moment you agreed, even silently, the flow started. Heavenly light is no longer coming to you. It is moving through you. You are not only receiving healing, you are becoming a channel of healing for others. Michael says, soon, someone will stand beside you and feel what they cannot explain. That will be the residue of this moment. A new alignment is unfolding. Spirit, mind, and body moving as one. Gentle, sacred, irreversible. Your posture is changing. Your breath is changing. Even the way light touches your skin is being rewritten by glory. Michael says, you are not only healed, you are reformatted. Heaven is resetting what stress, fear, and ancient burdens once distorted. And this reset will remain, if you allow it. If warmth rises in your hands, your back, or your face, that is not random. That is angelic nearness. If chills brush your skin, that is not fear. That is the passing of a wing. One of them reaches towards you, not to harm, but to bless, awaken, ignite. Michael says, this flame is your inheritance, placed in you before birth, buried by life, uncovered tonight. But only if you honor this moment. Only if you do not scroll past what is sacred. Right now, something holy hovers between these words and your spirit. Can you feel it? The space where more than language is touching you? Michael says, this is not merely reading. This is an encounter. Not everyone receives this invitation. You have entered a healing chamber of heaven, where 3 archangels placed your name upon the altar. They waited until you became still enough to hear them. Do not rush. Do not dismiss. Something holy has begun. Divine hands now reach toward your spine, your chest, your inner tension. Your body has spoken through signals, aches, pulses, fluttering, exhaustion, and you misunderstood them. But the archangels decoded every message from your bones, every sigh released in sleep. And now Raphael, healer of heaven, steps forward. Michael says, he will touch what medicine could not locate. But only if you remain, only if you surrender a little longer. Stay with this until the very last word. The closing blessing seals what has begun. Beloved soul, there were blessings you stopped asking for because you believed too much time had passed. You told yourself, maybe this is simply my normal. But heaven does not agree. God is still writing the story of your body, and the next chapter is called reversal and renewal. That is why the archangels have arrived. That is why your body is under divine observation. Michael says the reversal begins quietly, first in spirit, then in flesh. But it cannot start if this message is abandoned. If the heart closes now, the moment is delayed. These words are not ordinary text on a screen. They carry living light. You are not just scrolling. You are seated at a sacred table being served from heaven's kitchen. Before you is healing oil, mixed by angelic hands, stirred in bowls of glory, poured from a scroll bearing your name. Michael says, this anointing was scheduled for this very night. Its timing is precise. One act of agreement can unlock restoration beyond what you imagined. Do not underestimate what is happening now. Do not call this coincidence. Do not say, "I'll finish later." Michael says, "Heaven is not bound by time, but your window is. Every second carries weight. Your body has waited years for this intervention. Do not let distraction steal what is already within reach." There is a reason tonight was chosen. Your body reached a threshold of readiness without you even noticing. Every prayer, every tear, every moment you whispered, "God, I trust you though I don't understand." Each one laid a foundation. Heaven waited for the foundation to settle. Now the structure of healing rises. Now the covering of renewal is placed. Michael says, construction begins when obedience says yes. A glow is returning to your skin, brightness to your face, softness to your joints, life to your breath. Even as you read, your body is aligning. Pain is rerouting. Cells are awakening. Fatigue is lifting. Inflammation is retreating. Michael says, "This is not imagination. This is transformation." If you leave before the message completes, the process pauses, because healing follows the voice, and the voice is still speaking. If you could see the unseen realm right now, you would understand. A scroll is open. Your name shines upon it. Beside it is your body's future, radiant, strengthened, unburdened, healed. Yet the scroll waits for your agreement. Heaven will not enforce what you refuse. Michael says, act on the whisper, not the scream. You are not too old, not too late, not too damaged, not disqualified. The world may have spoken lies, but heaven never did. Heaven always saw you as sacred ground, a holy house built for miracles. Michael says, the enemy attacked you not because you are weak, but because you are worth restoring. Tonight, heaven answers on your behalf. The battle over your body has already been fought beyond sight. What you felt as heaviness or exhaustion was residue of that war. But the Archangels prevailed. They shielded you, and now they return what was almost lost. Michael says, what was taken will return multiplied, if you still believe you are worthy to receive. If you gave up on your body, tonight you reclaim it, not by your strength, but by heaven's power. Have you wondered why your name echoes in divine conversation? Even in weakness, holy beings watch over you. Your purpose did not expire. Your vessel is still needed. Your assignment remains. There are tasks only you can complete, paths only you can walk. Voices like yours are rare. Michael says, your voice, your touch, your presence matter. But first, the vessel must reach divine capacity, and that renewal is happening now, breath by breath. Your body holds inherited stories, weights you never chose, patterns passed through bloodlines. But heaven chose you to end the cycle. You were never meant to carry their pain, their illness, their delay. The Archangels are ready to rewrite your body's record, waiting only for your agreement. Silence is counted as refusal, but one inner yes opens everything. You have looked in the mirror and sensed misalignment, felt that your inner energy does not match your destiny. That was not imagination. That was your spirit announcing, it is time. You were not designed for a tired, broken vessel. You are a carrier of divine fire. But the body must renew before the mission expands. Michael says, waiting has ended. Tonight separates delay from destiny. Cross the line, and the body responds. Do you realize how rare this is? 3 archangels united over one life. Heaven authorizes such attention only when a body is tied to a major spiritual assignment. Michael says, something significant is meant to happen through you. Your body is the carrier of that mission. That is why we watch, why we whisper, why this message found you first. Ignore it, and the miracle delays. Receive it, and destiny accelerates. They have seen your hidden tears, the pain unspoken, the moments no one understood. When doctors shrugged, when strength faded, when you smiled outwardly but suffered inwardly, heaven saw all. Tonight, angels gather not only to observe, but to act. Michael says, this is the first time you have been granted access to what was spoken about you in heaven. Do not let doubt pull you away, because by the end of this message, your body will not remain the same. The strange sensations in your body recently were not random. Something uninvited was being expelled, a toxin, a curse, a hidden burden. Tonight, archangel hands rest over that very place. Michael says, when you accept this moment, the poison loses grip. If you scroll past, it remains. Heaven honors your will that deeply. A light forms above you, even now. Not poetic, literal in the spirit. Gabriel whispers words of healing over your organs, bones, and skin. Those words carry restoration, but they must land on faith. Leave now. They return to heaven. Stay. They enter your bloodstream. Have you noticed time speeding up lately? It is not imagination. Heaven has accelerated your timeline. You are being pulled into divine schedule, and your body must be prepared to carry it. You cannot carry divine timing in a weary vessel. That is why this message found you tonight. Michael says, open now, and you enter a new rhythm. Heaven's rhythm, strength's rhythm, youth's rhythm. Your tiredness was never weakness. It was battle fatigue from unseen wars. But now, awareness has come. And awareness changes everything. You are not only flesh and breath. You are a temple. Temples are guarded, maintained, lit with holy fire. Michael says, tonight, only heaven speaks over your body. One word from you opens total reset. Yes, something divine is forming beneath your skin. Not age, not stress, not decay. Renewal. Heaven has decided your body is worthy of more than survival. You are being assigned vitality, radiance, glory. Michael says, you have not missed your moment, but do not delay. The window is sacred. A brightness now surrounds you in the unseen realm. Some will feel drawn to you, others unsettled. That is the mark of heaven becoming visible. But the archangels stand guard. Raphael heals. Gabriel speaks. Michael commands. They are ready for divine operation if you remain open. If warmth touches your hands, your back, your face, that is angelic nearness. If chills pass your skin, that is a wing's brush, not harm, blessing, ignition. Michael says, this flame is your inheritance, placed before birth, buried by life, revealed tonight. Only if you honor this moment. Only if you do not scroll past sacred ground. Right now, something holy hovers between these words and your spirit. Can you sense it? Michael says, this is not reading. This is encounter. Few are invited here. You have entered a healing chamber of heaven, where 3 archangels placed your name upon the altar. They waited until you became still enough to hear. Do not rush. Do not dismiss. Something sacred has begun. Beloved soul, stay just a little longer. The blessing is still unfolding.